This is Charles Hornig speaking for the Planning Board on Article 47, Amend Zoning Bylaw Signs. This presentation, the Planning Board's report, and the full text of the proposed change may be found on the town meeting website. I strongly encourage you to read the Planning Board report, which contains more detailed information about the proposed change. The motion under Article 47 is a major overhaul of Section 5.2 of the zoning bylaw, which regulates signs. There are two major reasons for these changes. First, we wish to support our local businesses by permitting them the signs they need with clear expectations and a simple permitting process. The unrealistic regulations in the current bylaw mean that many new businesses need to seek special permit relief for their sign package, adding uncertainty and months of delay to the permitting process. This has discouraged desirable businesses from locating in Lexington. Second, the legal landscape around free speech rights has changed significantly since the current bylaw was adopted. The Supreme Court has made clear that sign bylaws may not regulate the content of a sign, only its physical characteristics, such as size, location, construction, and illumination. Cases also make clear that residential sign bylaws may not be so restrictive that they unreasonably limit communication by residents. As a result, provisions regulating the content of signs have been removed, and restrictions on residential signs have been relaxed. In addition, a variety of minor changes were made for readability, consistency, or to replace obsolete language. With the increasing number of mixed-use developments, sign regulations are now determined by the use the sign serves, not the zoning district in which it is located. Much of the bylaw regulates non-residential signs, including those serving commercial, industrial, and institutional uses. The bylaw provides specific regulation for each type of sign, which balance the needs of businesses with protecting the visual environment and discouraging excessive visual competition. Currently, 5 to 7 sign permits go to the Board of Appeals each year for larger wall signs or more signs than what is currently allowed. This proposal will update the zoning so it's not necessary to always go to the Zoning Board of Appeals. The new provisions make sense on the ground and are comparable to signs existing today. The most visible non-residential signs are principal wall signs. Currently, businesses are limited to a single 3-foot by 3-foot wall sign, or 9 square feet. As is clear from the examples, this is insufficient to identify a business. The proposed change increases the allowed area for signs on the first floor to 1 square foot per linear foot of facade, up to 100 square feet. It also permits a sign on each facade facing a public space to permit signs on the back facade if it faces a public parking lot or the bike path. Signs on upper stories remain limited to 9 square feet. Standing signs are important for uses set far enough back from the street that a wall sign is not effective. While standing signs for commercial uses are common, they are currently permitted only by special permit, except in the CM and CRO districts. The proposed change permits a single standing sign per lot by right, with the size varying according to the characteristics of the zoning district. It also permits 2 temporary standing signs where needed, such as a real estate sign. The bylaw change also permits a variety of other sign types by right, which may or may not be needed by a business, each with clear limits on size and number of signs. It is important to note that the bylaw regulates private property, not public streets and sidewalks. All signs on or over public property, including awnings, projecting signs, and portable signs, require explicit permission from the town. Residential signs are those that serve a residential use, even in commercial districts. The bylaw also regulates these by type and size, not content or purpose, with a focus on standing signs. 2 permanent standing signs are permitted on each property, with size and location restrictions. In order to provide adequate opportunity for communication by residents, multiple temporary standing signs limited to 4 square feet each are permitted. The new bylaw also provides clear rules for illumination of signs. Exterior lighting is limited in brightness and hours and must be directed downwards solely at the face of the sign. Internal illumination remains permitted only by special permit. Any sort of changing illumination is not permitted. There are a variety of other changes. The bylaw does not regulate signs on government property. Those are regulated by the owner of the property, usually the town. The exemption currently provided to governmental flags is extended to all flags to be content neutral. The ban on string lights is removed for the same reason. The standing sign permitted to gasoline stations is expanded to cover all motor vehicle fuels, including electricity, and the content restrictions are removed. The requirement to remove temporary event signs in a certain number of days is removed as required by case law. It remains the case that anyone requiring signs that do not comply with the bylaw may get a special permit from the Board of Appeals. For uses that require site plan review, the Planning Board already reviews the sign package together with the entire site plan. This change permits the Planning Board to waive bylaw requirements in conjunction with that review where it would improve the site plan. The change also clarifies that existing signs which do not conform to the new bylaw may be maintained, repaired, and reconstructed, but may not be enlarged, relocated, or have their type of construction or illumination changed. These zoning changes do not affect in any way the authority of the Historic District Commission to regulate signs in the historic districts. Sign in historic districts must meet both these requirements and those of the HDC. Thank you.